Alright, I'm a little late, but I'm doing a video on Firefox too. As you might have heard, Firefox is selling your data. Maybe not, but they definitely did remove that stipulation from their privacy policy and introduced a new terms of use. Before I get into it, know that I've been a Firefox user since even before Chrome. Created by Mozilla and based on the previous Netscape Navigator, Firefox started its development in 2002, formerly known as Phoenix. Later they changed to Firefox to avoid trademark conflicts with Phoenix Technologies. Firefox was developed to be a more secure, customizable, and user-friendly web browser. Google Chrome came out in 2008 and dominated the market, not only because it was developed by Google, which was already established as the #1 search engine, but also because Chrome was deemed faster. Let's not forget though, Google is an advertising company, and we'll touch on that in a moment. And although this has nothing to do with rendering engines, I will specify that Firefox uses Gecko, whereas Chrome started with Apple's WebKit engine and then later developed their own Blink engine in 2013. At this point, you might be confused why people continue to use Firefox at all. See, one of the biggest differences comes down to how websites and advertisers track you. You probably heard the term cookies before. In a perfect world, cookies are used by websites to store little bits of information on your computer, which could decrease load times later on, keep you logged in for weeks or months at a time, and verify it's you signing in and not a bad actor from another country. But they can be used for a whole lot worse. Have you ever clicked a sponsorship link in a description of a video or clicked a link a web store sent you in an email? This is a perfect example of how cookies are used responsibly. The cookie is a small bit of info to tell how you got to the website. Stores like to know whether you found them through your favorite YouTuber or if their email interested you in buying a product. If you were to click a link, browse the website for a while, then buy a product, the website may use these cookies to log exactly what method made that sale, for later on if they want to make more sales. The problem with cookies is that they can also be used to track you. They can include your browsing history, location, and purchasing habits. Now back to Google being an advertiser company and the big difference on how these cookies are utilized, Google wants to show you the most relevant ads based on your internet history. They use these cookies in order to learn more about you. They're the ones after your history, location, and purchasing habits because it's in their best interest to target you with more relevant ads to sell you more products. And more importantly, all this data about you is collected and stored online without your knowledge. See, Firefox has always been known for being secure. They boast about privacy and blocking trackers. Up until about 2 weeks ago, Mozilla promised in their privacy policy that they would never sell your data. It included a question asking, "Does Firefox sell your personal data?" Then answering, "Nope, never have, never will." And we protect you from many of the advertisers who do. Firefox products are designed to protect your privacy. That's a promise. A promise. They also included a new terms of use which we'll run through real quick. Mozilla gives you certain rights and permissions. Mozilla grants you a personal, non-exclusive license to install and use the executable code version of the Firefox web browser, which is the ready-to-run version of Firefox from an authorized source that you can open and use right away. You give Mozilla certain rights and permissions. You give Mozilla the rights necessary to operate Firefox. This includes processing your data as we describe in the Firefox privacy notice. It also includes a non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license for the purpose of doing as you request with the content you input into Firefox. This does not give Mozilla any ownership in that content. As you can imagine, this did not go over well with users of Firefox. Rightfully so, users are not happy how seemingly overnight Firefox went from this privacy-first model to shadily admitting to using your data for advertisers. They did release an update to attempt to clear some confusion about their language regarding licenses. We've seen a little confusion about language regarding licenses, so we want to clear that up. We need a license to allow us to make some of the basic functionality of Firefox possible. Without it, we couldn't use your information typed into Firefox, for example. It does not give us ownership of your data or a right to use it for anything other than what's described in the privacy notice. Why now? Although we historically relied on the open source license for Firefox and public commitments to you, we are building in a much different technology landscape today. We want to make these commitments abundantly clear and accessible. Further down it says, we always prioritize user privacy and will continue to do so. We use data to make Firefox functional and sustainable, improve your experience, and keep you safe. Some optional Firefox features or services may require us to collect additional data to make them work. And when they do so, your privacy remains our priority. We intend to be clear on what data we collect and how we use it. Oh yeah. You are responsible for the consequences of your use of Firefox. You agree that you will not use Firefox to infringe anyone's rights or violate any applicable laws or regulations. You will not do anything that interferes with or disrupts Mozilla's services or products, or the servers and networks which are connected to Mozilla services. Understandably, this leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouths and can open the doors for further misuse down the road, whether or not it comes to that. Now, although my language is a little harsh, I'm not saying Mozilla is some data-hungry giant with malicious intent now. I can understand that in order to include new tools and features, using AI for an example, it does make use of information from you to better assist you. Personally, I've gone with another option. I did not want to give up on Gecko as I completely support the development as an alternative to the overrun market of Chrome-based browsers. I looked up some alternatives, and there are a handful. I wanted something I could use on my desktop and also my phone. I went with WaterFox, which is a fork of Firefox, removing features that collect your data like telemetry and Pocket, while also including more aggressive tracking protection. But hey, this is not a sponsorship. Do your own research and find one that fits your preference. There's a lot of them. I want to do this outro a little different. I would love feedback if you enjoyed the format of this video. I put more work than usual into the visuals and research for this video. I'm a one-man band and video production is very time-consuming on top of life and a full-time job. I do commend the creators of managing to pump out daily or weekly videos on various topics and do thrive to reach that level of expertise one day. I really do hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. This video is not a sponsorship and it's not intended to defame Firefox either. But as always, please consider leaving a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel to catch future videos like this. I love the support and it motivates me to put more time and quality into these videos. Have a good day, guys. Be safe.